welcome. And welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. If you're new, thank you. If you're a current subscriber or if you're back, also thank you. Of course, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, all of the things that help me get some traction in the algorithm, because isn't that just life, right? Algorithms. Anyway, I wanted to do this quick intro. I did not do this on the Scorpio video. That's okay. But I wanted to do this quick intro because it's 2023 and we are no longer going to assume that people know things without us actually telling people those things, right? And asking for what we want. So I do want you to subscribe to the channel. I want you to come back, press the notification thing, bell thing, so you know the videos are posted whenever they get posted. I would love that. Also, I do have an Etsy store. The link is below, because in true manifesting generator form, my soul cannot just have one thing to focus on. I have to have a bunch. So I do have that. I actually have 2 Etsy stores. One of them is on vacation for now. What else? I am working on getting personal readings back up and running since I've been back, but also just kind of trying to surrender to the flow of that. I mean, I know that'll come exactly when it's meant to. Was there anything else? On Instagram, I post daily, quickie energy reads, like, tarot updates. I was posting those on YouTube, but like on YouTube Shorts, but there's like a 60-second limit to those, and they've just been longer than that. So my Instagram is going to be linked below as well, so check that out. What else? I thought that there was more, and now I'm like drawing a blank, because that's what happens when you are a little vulnerable, I don't know. I guess I'm going to leave it there. If there is anything else, I'll mention it at the start of the video. Great. So, you already know what this video is about, but as of right now, I don't. I usually go in some sort of order with these videos, it's just easier to do it that way, but not this time. This time, I didn't really want to choose. I didn't want to be responsible for choosing the order. So I wrote down all of the zodiac signs and all of the human design profile numbers, and they're all in here. Okay. And we're going to go with whatever pops out. So let's see. Aquarius. Love it. We're still in Aquarius season, right? Are we? What is today? Yeah. It just started, right? Where am I? Okay. Anyway, so I have an oracle deck here, and then of course we have the tarot. So we're just going to get kind of an overall message or an overall vibe for the reading, and then of course we will pull out some tarot to elaborate and take us on that journey. So let's see, what is the overall vibe for Aquarius? What are we talking about with Aquarius today? I have a little bit, obviously, of a new setup here, so still kind of trial and error phase as far as equipment and all of the things. So kind of bear with me if there's some shakiness with the camera, or we're working on it. All right. Trust. Oh my Lanta, that is beautiful. Egg moon. I wonder when that is. Is that maybe just a phase of the moon? Because obviously the moon, just the phase that it's in, looks like an egg, but I love how, I hope you can see it. Okay, here. I love how They're like literally in this bubble, this incubation, maybe that's the right word, incubation bubble. Intubation is when they put the breathing tube down. So that's not it. And I also love how, like it's specifically ducks here. And I believe that both of those are women, or like female ducks. So, I mean, you could have, there could be two women around you that are guiding you, or mentors, or people that you look up to. I mean, it could even be like a therapist and a friend, or, it could even just be two friends that you have the ability to be vulnerable and like open with your journey here. And maybe even two, they're helping you kind of like blossom into whatever you're becoming, because this is very much about like becoming something. And of course, like trusting the process, right? And it's the card number is 32, which breaks down to, we're going to leave that in the reverse for now. I don't usually do reversals unless they come out reverse, and that one kind of did. So we'll see how it feels. If it, yeah. And we're going to leave it that way for now also. So we're just rolling with it, okay? So I'm just not done talking about this trust card yet. So, lots of air, obviously, like already showing up. We're going to do 3 more cards. So 32 breaks down to a 5. And there's the 3 cards. Okay. Oh. Aquarius. Oh my gosh. I just always love doing your readings for whatever reason. I'm just always so, amazed, excited for you. Like, okay, I just wanted to check and be sure that everything was in frame here and looked okay, because my Taurus sun, it has to like look okay. So first and foremost, let's see what this is. Queen of Cups. Interesting. First thing I also just kind of want to say also, like I've said anything yet anyway, but I love that we have the Sun card at the bottom of the deck. I love how we start with this Trust card. I love how we end with the Sun card. So all of this, whatever your current experience is, this feels like something that has either, it seems like it's something that's been going on in your recent past. Anyway, so let's just get into it. Okay, so we talked about the Trust card. We have the Queen of Cups here in the reverse. And I think like we're going to leave her in the reverse. That definitely, that feels good. It doesn't feel, so we're just going to roll with that. Now, Cups having to do with our emotions, love, heart space. Also, like our energy levels, like passion, desire. How do we feel about what we're spending our time doing? How do we feel about our relationships around us? And generally the Queen of Cups, when we talk about queens, or when I talk about queens, I should say, I see them as being when we recognize the energy of the suit within ourselves. So it's like you understand how to take care of yourself. You understand what recharges your battery. You know what you want to pour your love, your energy into, and you know what you want to receive in return. Now, generally, like when cards are in the reverse, it's kind of like the opposite of that. And this just kind of tells me that, maybe you have been experiencing some sort of burnout in the last few years. I mean, depending on it would depend on everybody's situation differently anyway. I think for the most part, the majority of people are fairly burnt out. And if they weren't prior to 2020, they definitely are now. I mean, like, it's way past the threshold of burnout. Because that's just like the feeling that I'm getting from the Queen of Cups is burnout. And it's almost like, trying to hold it together as best as you can, because we can see here, hopefully, that she has her hand over the top of the cup. So it's almost like trying to prevent whatever is in that cup from coming out. This could even be working on vulnerability. Like maybe you're at a stage in either your business, your relationship, and then of course, relationship can be platonic, romantic, or business. It just, however it fits, but also don't make it fit type of thing, where you recognize that it's almost like, like you want to expand on your vulnerability a bit more. You want to show yourself, like, your authentic, true nature to people, your quirky, revolutionary ideas, or just a different way of doing things, or, cups are very intuitive, also empathetic and empathic. That could even be a journey that you're on. Like there could be a spiritual type of awakening. You could be working on your intuitive gifts, because we all have them. It's just a matter of figuring out how to work with your own, right? It's not like a one size fits all thing. And then it's, paired with the moon here, and the moon generally talks about what you don't see coming, or, secrets, subconscious even. There could be a lot of inner child work. And I also even mentioned that because we have the Six of Cups here. We'll get to it, but, a lot of like deconditioning. And that could be where this trust thing is coming from, because when you are in the midst of this moon card, because when the moon shows up, it's like, it is an element of trust, because it's going to seem like unrecognizable almost, like getting to a point where you're just like, I don't recognize anything. I don't recognize, myself. I don't recognize my relationship. I don't really know what to do. It could even just be a lot of feeling in the dark about things. Of course, secrets could be coming out around the moon also. But it's also the message with the moon is also to not veer from this path. You might be, if you are feeling a bit that way, all of the things that I just said, just be sure, it's like, just remembering to put one foot in front of the other, only kind of worry about, what's right in front of you. That next step, not, the next 10 steps or 10 steps ahead, 20, 30, whatever. No, just worry about the next step. And then we have the 10 of Swords here. And the 10 of Swords, 10s are completions. So at least there's that. Swords having to do with, it's air. So very much your energy, but it has to do with our mind, our thoughts, how we perceive our realities, how we think about things. It's also our ego, because that's generally where we hear our ego is in our minds. And this is getting to a point of, it's almost like, mental exhaustion. When you get stuck in that like analysis paralysis, all of the what ifs, all of the ways that something couldn't work or won't work, or maybe a few thoughts on how it could work and will work. But also, this figure did not put those swords in their back themselves. He or she, they are holding the Ace of Swords here, which is the Sword of Truth. So, these 9 swords could be other people's thoughts on what you're doing. It could be projections from other people. It could even just be cultural or society expectations. It could be that. And like I said, with it being a 10, it is the completion of. So whatever the energy around that has been, there is finality with it. It's kind of reached a pinnacle here. And either you have accepted or you have rejected, or both. I mean, what's true for you? What's not? What do you want to bring with you? What don't you? You have the choice. It really is your decision. It could even have just been like a battle to get to where you are now. It could even be, like your own fears, doubts, sabotage. I might have already said that or implied that before. But we have the 8 of Pentacles underneath it. And the 8 of Pentacles having to do with our time, money, resources, our physical body even. It's earth, very grounding, right? It has to do with like the 3D world, so the things that we can touch. And specifically the 8 of Pentacles talks about putting in the practice, putting in the work to build something. This figure here is building kind of like it looks like a little dog house. There's a dog in here. There's a squirrel. There's money here. I think that's jade, which also talks about luck, heart space, heart chakra, saving for a rainy day. Because, it looks on here like it's been raining or it is raining. So that could even be like where this 10 of Swords is coming from. Again, it could be your own thoughts. It could be other people saying, I don't know how you could make a living doing what you want to do. How are you going to be able to support yourself, your family? Obviously it would fit your situation, however it fits. How are you going to be able to do that, doing what you're doing or doing what you want to do? This could just be also exhaustion because you have been putting so much time, so much money into developing or even working on your intuitive gift. It could be, the money that you've put into school or courses. It could be even applying for jobs. It could be practicing a craft even. If you found something that you love to do. But, the purpose of this 8 of Pentacles is that practice truly does make perfect. But also, there's no such thing as perfect. But it's this recognition that if you want something, you have to put it into practice. If you want to quiet your mind, you have to incorporate a meditation practice or yoga, something that will help you do that. But also, like recognizing that you do have to put in, it's not just going to happen overnight, unfortunately, in most cases. But then we kind of have this shift over here with the Knight of Swords and the 6 of Cups. The Knight of Swords, again, they're holding the sword of truth there. So it's no longer on the ground. It's in their hand. It's interesting that they're riding a bull because technically, like bulls are associated with Taurus. And I'm a Taurus, so, like maybe Taurus has something to do with this. What is the 8 of Pentacles associated with? I have all this like written down. That's Virgo. That would have been funny if it would have been Taurus too. This is Cancer. The moon is associated with Pisces, but also, Cancer rules the moon, or the moon rules over Cancer, however that works. The Queen of Cups is associated to Cancer, so that could have some sort of significance. So the Knight of Swords, it's, they're a little bit impulsive because, even the posture that they have, like they're just going to go after it. They have this idea, they have their truth, right? It's really about getting honest with yourself. Truly, though, not from a place of ego, not from a place of arrogance. It's truly getting honest with yourself and your expression, or how you want to express yourself, in the world, and going after it. I don't even see this as being a bad thing. I mean, sometimes being impulsive can kind of land you in some hot water, I just don't really, I'm not telling you to like be impulsive by any means. Of course, like check in with yourself, really it's almost like just committing to it. Like commit to moving forward however that looks. Like give yourself some time in here. Like these 3 cards, give yourself some time. These 3 cards are like, to me, it's about like moving forward here, putting in the work, putting something into practice here. And the 6 of Cups is the card of the past, or it's a card of nostalgia. That's why, before I was talking about inner child work, because it can be inner child, because it does talk about childhood or children. You could have children involved, or you could be wanting to work with children in some sort of a capacity, or it might even just be, a dream that you had, or something that you wanted to do when you were a kid that's coming back up. Maybe it was even just like a vision that you had of your life at the time, when you were a kid, and now you're an adult with adult experiences, and you're like, you know what? I actually probably could figure out how to make that work, or at least, to try. There's also kind of this energy about like leaving a legacy or wanting to, like I said, if you have children involved, wanting to show them even a different way of living, thinking, perceiving. There's also, a pretty decent generation gap here. These people that are sitting on the bench are significantly older than these children here. And they're kind of even looking at them like, what's the word? I can't think of the word. I don't want to say it. Like reminiscing keeps coming to mind, but that's not the word I'm looking for. It's almost like just remembering a time when they were this age. Even like look at these cups here. Hopefully you can see this okay, because I can't really see the screen. But there's a flower growing out of this one. There's a mushroom in there. Like I said, it's really, this isn't even a card necessarily of legacy, but it is kind of giving me that flavor of legacy. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be to like children, like if you are single and want to be and happy that way, great. If you don't even want children, perfect. But it could be, like your community. It could be, wanting to leave or share even your belief or what you believe to be possible or what you believe to be true. And then, like I said, we have the Sun card at the bottom of the deck, which is absolutely beautiful. This is, it's everything good. It's every good feeling you could ever really have. It's like life force energy because, without the sun, a lot of things would not exist. So it's, rejuvenation, it's rebirth, even life. This depiction on this card, we have these children showing up. There's a child there. But also, she's sitting here working on this thing that I can't think of the word on. A bat? Is that what it's called? Bat? A yarn bat? Let me look at this closer. Yeah, I think that's what it's called, is a yarn bat. But also, I was talking over here about this craft with the 8 of Pentacles. If there is a craft, and it doesn't have to be, something involving yarn or your hands, but literally anything that we do is a craft, right? It's a skill. So again, perfecting the skill, using that thing to illuminate your passion, your desires, your webpage, social media. That's interesting. I'm not entirely sure where even that came from because I was like looking outside at my backyard because all of a sudden there was at least a dozen birds on a tree outside. And then as soon as I like said that about your website or social media, they all flew away. But also it was like, you know, I was distracted, and that's, you know, when I said that. So I don't know, that must have been channeled. We have the Three of Pentacles behind there that talks about collaboration, working with other people. But again, look how this figure here is, you know, it looks like they are teaching these people something, or they're at least working together, because, you know, this figure could be digging up these coins. That looks like a, not a starfish. What are the, I really hate when I just cannot think of words. Something dollars. Is that what they're called? Like not silver dollars. You find them in the ocean though, or like in water. So maybe that would be some sort of like signifier to just kind of show you that you're on the right path. Sea dollar? No. Let me see if you can see it. And there's not even water around here, but that's just what it reminds me of. I know I've seen them on like beaches before. There's, you know, they have crystals and the glass here. That could be some sort of even like a ritual type thing. You know what this is? Actually, it's an apple that's cut in half. And they are sowing apple seeds. But I swear, like, that looks like, I'm going to put it in a comment because I'm going to look it up afterwards. Judgment, hell yeah. Going through the fire, like literally rising out of the ashes. Transformation. This is also the card that comes after the sun. So there could be some sort of transformation in the way that you work with people. I mean, again, you know, this could even just be something that you have been thinking about for some time, or even wanting to try for some time. And if you haven't tried it, it might be because, you know, just this fear that maybe something like that doesn't exist yet, or just being worried about like how it's going to be received. How is it going to affect your bottom line? And this is like, no, go after it. This is also saying definitely go after it, because there is going to be this transformation that happens as a result of. We have the Ace of Swords. I've been talking about the Ace of Swords twice here already. Truth, honesty, your truth though. New ideas, new inspiration, the Emperor being an authority, confidence, Aries, the Fool behind there. Are you kidding me? This could even just kind of lead you in a little bit of a different direction. It could even just affect things so much to where it just brings this kind of new start. Also, I keep getting this vibe with this Fool card that there's no stopping the momentum of this one. Like, they are committed to taking that leap. This is beautiful, whatever this is for you. So I'm going to leave it there. Again, thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.